Hi, this is Keith from Foible Games. I'm going to take a few minutes to show you our newest game, which is still in progress, but we hope to release it in the next few months. It's called Zone of Control. And Zone of Control is a turn-based tactics game that you play with a total of up to 4 people. And if you can't get your friends to play, we've also got AI players as well. And the idea is that each of you compete to take over as much territory as you can to expand your zone of control. And the one who gets 2/3 of the map wins. So let's do a multiplayer map. We'll just start off with a 4-player map where we'll have one human playing player 1, or blue, an AI for player 2. We'll make another human for player 3, and then finally an AI for player 4. And we'll load, we've got a few maps, but we'll load this map right now. Now here we go. He starts off. As you can see, the map right now is empty. Each of the units controls a zone around them, which is represented by their color. And each hex they control gives them 1 income. And you use income to buy more units, and the units in turn can build bases, and then they can build more units, and so on and so forth, and more advanced units, etc., until finally you crush your opponents and win the game. Now, as you can see, the 4 corners of the map, each of the players, we've got the AIs. You'll notice the AIs are represented by spiders, because they sort of think like insects, unlike us, much more clever humans, of course. And the other feature of the game is you've got these resource crystals here. And resource crystals earn a lot of money, but they deplete really quickly. So at the beginning of the game, it's all about really just grabbing these resource crystals and making as much money as you can, as quickly as you can, and then just cashing in later on. Okay, so we'll go back to blue here. He's going to take a turn, so he runs here. He's going to try and grab this resource crystal off to the right. We'll build another one on his main base. And he'll go over here just to protect the first guy. And then we'll build yet another one. Now, the decision here is, what does he do? Does he try and grab territory over here, or does he go for the resource crystals? And given that the competition is all about the resource crystals, he's going to try and do that. And specifically, he's going to try and grab this one before the AI does. Because when the AI gets its hands on resource crystals, it means the AI gets a lot of money, and then next thing you know, it's just bugs all the way to Sunday, and it's no fun for anybody. Now you notice the way the cursor's moving here, there's no mouse cursor. It's because I'm currently playing this with the game controller. And that's because the idea of the game really is to get a bunch of buddies together on a couch, drink some beers, play the game on a television where everyone's got their controllers. So it's sort of a fun social game. The average game will last less than an hour. We're aiming for 45 minutes. But it's just the idea of a fun kind of beer and pretzels type game that you can play with your buddies and kibitz and all that. Now, unfortunately, it's not for humans, so we've got some bugs here. This is the AI. It's doing its thing. As you can see, he's just sort of running around, taking hexes, expanding his zone of control, making some money. And there we go, and that's his turn. Pretty fast. Like I said, it's meant to be a fast game. All right, this human's going to take a slightly different tack. What he's going to do is he's going to go here, send a guy there, because that's a logical thing to do. It's a very close crystal. He's going to try and go for the middle as well, because remember, the middle's got these resource crystals. And then he'll build his 3rd infantry and very conservatively back up the first guy to make sure he owns that crystal. And he's just going to let the yellow AI take that crystal all by himself. And that's his turn. So, yellow guy goes, expanding merrily away, as the AIs are wont to do. In fact, they're programmed that way. That's why they do it. And he'll be done in just a moment. Okay, and here we have the first exciting bit where a human has grabbed a resource crystal. Now, that crystal won't be his until the beginning of his next turn, so it doesn't quite show up yet in his income. But you'll see next turn his income will jump by 100 because of that resource crystal. And it will also start depleting. It'll only last 6 turns. There we go. Now we're going to see some fighting pretty soon here. Unfortunately, blue can't yet build anything. He's only got 28 savings. And you need at least 100 to build the cheapest unit, which is the light infantry. Oh, there we go. Red's grabbed that resource crystal. Now you notice there's some slight graphical imperfections. Those are going to get cleaned up because this game is still in kind of late alpha. But we'll get that sorted out, and we're planning to have the terrain look nicer too. And fancy outlining stuff. Okay, here we go. Back to green. I'm going to take this crystal. He's going to, as I mentioned, back up. The first guy, he'll run to the center. Still no money for green to buy anything, so he ends his turn. Yellow comes, and we're probably going to see some fighting pretty soon. No, maybe not. Oh, they're just too peaceful, these guys. Oh, there we go. There we go. Critical hit. The spider scores. That's nasty. And now they're moving on one crystal, and they've seized another one that green has simply let them take. And we'll see how that works out. So we'll just zoom in a bit here. Now, you'll notice that this guy is on the road. And if you see, look on the left there on that panel, it'll show that road has no defense whatsoever. So he's actually going to back off a little bit, because you get to move and shoot if you like. So he's going to back off a little bit, shoot the spider from there. Boom! Spider is toast. And then he's going to just sit there. And if he sits there and doesn't move, then he'll heal. Now this turn he moved, so he won't heal next turn. But if he stays there long enough, he'll gradually heal. We have other ways of healing. You see this green sort of halo around that base. That'll heal them. And when we build heavy infantry later on, they in turn can build infantry bases that will heal units as well. Okay, and then we'll just do this thing here where this guy's going to run up here, shoot this spider, get him off that base, which the spider doesn't own yet, and then next turn he'll take it, because he can move now, having moved and shot. And then back to the AI, doing their thing. And I think what we'll do is we'll get to the point where we'll do one more turn of blue where he can build a heavy infantry, just to kind of show you what they look like. And then we'll stop at this point and maybe have another game where we've continued this and we're a little farther into the game, perhaps near the end game. So as I mentioned, as I may have mentioned, the objective of the game is to take over territory. In fact, if you get about 2/3 of the territory in the entire game, you win. Another way of winning, of course, is knocking out all your opponent's main bases, but usually by that point you've already won anyway, so it would be very weird. I guess if you charged ahead and took out all their main bases and didn't worry about taking territory, that would be a tactic that you can use, sure. And you notice I'm skipping around, like I said, I'm on a controller, so it's easy to just tab around between units. Boom! More dead bugs. So green owns this resource crystal. They do not own this one. And they're moving in on this one with a chance to get this one as well. Now you see this bug, there's a lone bug moving in here. That bug will be no threat to an infantry. One-on-one, the infantry will always win. Alright, there. So again, bug grabs a resource crystal. He won't be able to hold it though. He's got 2 blue infantry around him. They're just going to blow him up good. And here we go. And finally, back to player 1. So this guy here. See you later, bug. Oh, he lives! That's highly unusual, but it happens. Because there is a certain random element in the damage. There, the second shot got him. This guy will not move because he wants to heal. He'll take a shot. Doesn't finish the bug off, but that was expected because this bug's in sand, where he has a bit of a defense. And that second shot takes care of him. And then we'll zoom over to the main base and we'll build a heavy infantry. They're a little bigger. They fire rocket launchers. And most importantly, they can build things like infantry bases and tank bases. Infantry bases let you build more infantry. Tank bases let you build tanks, which are really tough. Okay, and I think with that, we'll end the turn. We're just going to save the game. We'll save it here in this slot. And we will exit the game. So that's Zone of Control. The current state of it anyway. We're going to be adding new maps and improving the graphics, and also adding, hopefully, online multiplayer, even though it's intended to be an in-person kind of game. But sometimes you can't always get together with your friends in person, especially in our cold Canadian winters. It's a little easier to just stay indoors. Thanks very much for watching, and catch you in the next video.